to new possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So I'm going to do this quick video during this lunch break. I have to talk about this issue. I'll post a link in the description box to the article that I'm referencing for this particular video. So bear with me. As soon as I get a free moment, I'll do so. But anyway, I read this article about this woman on Twitter who goes by the name of Glass Butterfly. And this woman was basically complaining about her white Republican boyfriend starting to hate her. And she said that he's starting to hate her because as this Trump administration continues, she is getting blacker and blacker in terms of being more militant and, angry with this administration for obvious reasons. I mean, this is a racist administration. It's an administration that has pandered to these white supremacists. So I can understand why somebody will quote unquote become blacker and blacker as the administration goes on. But now this white guy finds himself with this black woman that's hostile to Donald Trump. And this white guy obviously is a Donald Trump supporter. And this raises a whole bunch of questions that I'll get into in a minute. This woman talked about how she wears African garb now. She talked about how she has fake dreadlocks and all that kind of stuff. And she said that at this point, she is the last person in the world that her white Republican boyfriend wants to be with. And she asked other interracial couples if they're going through similar type of situations or similar problems. And then at one point in one of her tweets, she talked about how she feels like she has to give oral sex to this white guy in order to avoid 40 lashes from Master. So y'all got to read this article for yourself. I'll post a link again in the description box so that you can read it for yourself. But I want to just share a couple of thoughts about this situation. Number one, regardless of her being in an interracial relationship, which is a whole nother subject that I could talk about, and I will partially address that here. I mean, aside from that, it seems like if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, you need to be in a relationship with someone that shares your values, that has a similar worldview that you have, that has a similar ideology. It makes no sense for a black woman to find herself in a relationship with a white man that supports a white racist. That's what Donald Trump is. Make no mistakes about it. Donald Trump is a white supremacist. He is a racist. He has said many racist things. He has done many racist things. He supports policies that are antithetical and contrary to the interests of black people. And I could go on and on about that. I'll just touch on a couple of things real quick. But again, I'll post a link in the cards to one of my videos where I go into this in very great detail. I mean, first of all, here are some examples of Donald Trump's racism. First of all, he kicked off his campaign by talking about Mexicans, by talking about how Mexicans are criminals and drug dealers and rapists and all that kind of stuff. So he built his campaign by having open hostility towards Latinos and Mexican immigrants in particular. He launched his campaign by doing that. And before that point, he stepped into the political arena by promoting that racist birtherism theory that Barack Obama wasn't born in the United States. And then another thing, Donald Trump encouraged his white supporters to attack black protesters at his rallies. Donald Trump is on record saying that black people are too stupid to vote for him. He's on record saying that only black people can live like this, while driving through a rough area of Chicago, saying that only black people live like this. This man has said he doesn't want black people counting his money. This man has been sued twice by the Justice Department for housing discrimination. This man panders to white supremacists, panders to the KKK, panders to the Nazis, panders to the alt-right. That's what this man has done. It's no coincidence that he has the support of a Richard Spencer. It's no coincidence that this man has the support of a David Duke and all that kind of stuff. It's not a coincidence. He panders to these people. He panders to their fears of a browning of America. He panders to their fears of the so-called white genocide. That's what this man does. This man referred to those white supremacists who were raising all kinds of hell in Charlottesville, Virginia, He referred to those people as some very fine people, people that were fighting to protect racist Confederate symbols, people who were saying the Jews will not replace us, people who were using the N word, people who were attacking black people who crashed a car into a crowd of people. In his mind, these are some very fine people. So clearly, Donald Trump is a racist. I mean, this man is referred to NFL players who have been protesting against police brutality as sons of bitches, basically calling black women bitches. This is what Donald Trump has done. So this man is clearly a racist. This man has made it his priority to go after affirmative action, to fight affirmative action. This man has made it his priority to suppress black and Latino voters. This man has made it clear that he doesn't give a damn about police brutality. His spokesperson said that that's some local issue. So this man has a long track record of racism. And the fact that a black woman would find herself in a relationship with a guy who actually, a white guy who supports Donald Trump, that alone speaks volumes. That says a lot about what kind of person you are. Like, why would you want to be in a relationship with a white man who supports a racist? The campaign slogan is "Make America Great Again," which means nothing but "Make America White Again." That's exactly what that means. So again, this is a lesson about picking partners. Obviously, you should pick somebody that has similar values. Even if you're gonna be with a white person, at least be with somebody that's opposed to racism, somebody that's not defending a white supremacist racist like Donald Trump. I mean, this just makes no sense. Makes zero sense at all. So anyway, man, I just had to share this story with you. And then another point is this, man. Like, she talked about how she wears African garb and wears, these, fake locks and all that kind of stuff. To me, that's just another reminder how, even though those are positive expressions of self, positive affirmations of pride in oneself, a lot of times that is just superficial. It's superficiality because a lot of these people don't believe it, man. That's just the surface. Because you got women with natural hair here on YouTube running around here talking about the white man is the better man. The white man is all this and all that, and the sisters need to leave Blackistan and chase this white man. These You have women with natural hair writing books telling black women how they can go about pursuing a white man, how to pursue a white man, where you should go, how you should dress, how you should act, how you should speak. All these things so that you can win a white man. But these are the women with the natural hair and all that kind of stuff. And I go to different events all the time and I see like women that got the African attire on, natural hair. But when it comes to making one of the most important decisions you can make in life, in terms of choosing who you want to be with, in terms of choosing who you want to be in a relationship with or a marriage with, these same women choose to be with white men. And I think that trumps, the superficial appearance of black pride. And you see the same thing when it comes to men. You see black men that have the locks, that have the dashiki, the even these guys that want to do the knowledge and all that kind of stuff running around here with white women. And again, that trumps all the rhetoric. It trumps all the superficial appearances of pride. So at the end of the day, it means nothing, man. And this is just absolutely ridiculous. And I saw one thing that was just so outrageous, that's loosely connected to this. I saw this video footage of this black man pretending to be a dog for a white woman. He gets out of his car. I mean, out of the car. I don't know if it's his car or her car, but he gets out of the car with a leash around his neck. And instead of walking like a man, this man is on all fours walking around like a dog. And this man, if I'm not mistaken, if I recall correctly, this guy had locks in his hair. So to me, that makes it clear that the superficial appearances of pride mean very little. It's about the substance. And that video footage is so sickening. I will post a link to it. in the description box, so that you all could just check that out for yourself. It's crazy, man. But anyway, I don't have much time. I got to get back to work. Unfortunately, I won't be able to check your comments right now. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Please rate, comment, subscribe, like the video, share the video. Also, again, I will be notifying you all about developments later in terms of my political campaign. I'll be making announcements, and I'll do a separate live stream on that. Hopefully, it'll be early next week. So, with that, peace and blessings to each and every one of you.